do it.
All right. It's on.
Okay. What were you guys talking about?
Frank
Abagnale Jr. did a TED Talk, I don't know, in 2000.
The guy, the Catch Me If You
He did
Can
it
guy.
in 2021, and he was saying it wasn't 2021, but he was saying that you should separate your bank account from your credit card. You should always use a credit card, and Joey and Devin hate this idea.
No, I don't.
I love credit card. I have a quick credit card story.
I love it.
When I first got out of high school or whatever, you get a bank account and all that stuff. They sent me a credit card. I had no idea what a credit card was. Didn't know anything about anything. And I guess it was like interest free for like a year.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I didn't know what any of that meant. I just thought
free.
They were, because it just, when I went on my bank account, it said that I had this other card and that there was like $4,000 on it. And I was like, holy shit, I don't have $4,000. And I would just use it to buy like snacks and shit at like 7-Eleven. Like I just kind of assumed, I just thought it was like kind of free money.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the concept. And
Did you ever stop for a second?
No, I knew I had to pay it back, but it just went on for so long where I'd be like, I don't know, like sometimes I just forget to pay it and I don't get a
what's the worst?
There's no penalty.
Well, it was also, I bet,
and it's because it was interest free. So then, about 2 years into it, it started getting interest, and I forgot about it, and I owed like thousands of dollars because I was buying like fucking Cheetos.
Did you keep walking up to the teller like sliding in? You're like, worked again?
Dude, every time.
Did you think it would decline?
Every time it approved, I was like, unbelievable, this thing.
Devin would be like, you guys sure you're okay with this? They're like, yeah, sir. I mean, you signed a contract.
I would like walk up to them and be like, do you take credit?
Have you ever seen one of these before?
Do you guys take credit cards? No, but I got severely fucked later on.
How long did it take you to pay that off?
A while.
What are we talking? How many years?
Just slowly. I would pay the minimum, and then I met Ida, and Ida got really upset at me that I was paying the minimum because she said I was.
Whoa, it took you that long?
She said I was technically. Yeah.
Wait.
So that's 10 years, I think.
Yeah, we're talking a decade.
Okay, no, I think I got the.
You said Ida. Ida was only like 4 years ago.
I got the credit card. I got the credit card in like when I was like 22 years old. Like I had it in my wallet, but and then I activated it one day when I had like no money, and I was like, "What is this?" And then I was like, "Well, there's like $4,000."
So it's like 6 years or something.
Yeah, but you said right when you got out of high school.
Whatever. I didn't.
That's when he got it, and then he used it.
I got it, and I just never activated it for a while, and then I did, and realized that I was like essentially for a while, I would like argue with people, like, no, like my bank gave me $4,000.
I wanna.
That's like a complete retard.
Wait, you actually just were convinced? You were telling people?
I knew. Like, here's the thing. Like, I knew you have to pay off your credit card.
Yeah.
But I was confused as to why it never penalized me. Like, I would miss a month. And it wouldn't go up anymore, and I was like, so what's the fucking? I was like, so I could just keep not paying it and keep using it? Like, I was like, I don't understand what the penalty is. And then I realized that it was because it was an interest-free, and that's how they get everybody, you know?
Yeah.
Much stupider people than me. But
well, I wish I could talk shit to you about this, but let me tell you something that I did like 3 years ago. It was 2018, and I had those 2 jobs. Right, it was the same year that
you were double dipping.
I was double dipping. It was the same year that I went to Mexico, where I had 2 jobs. One was a 1099, and then one was a salary position. I can't remember what that tax form is, but 1099 independent contractor and a salary position.
Yeah. 1099 is the independent contractor.
Yeah.
Everyone gets fucked on taxes with that. They don't know that they're supposed to put money aside.
So I knew I'd been paying the taxes for years, but. So 2018 comes up. I've got 2 jobs. I'm making a bunch of money, and I'm going to Mexico. I probably spent like $7,000 or $8,000 in Mexico, and then I'm doing that. I'm spending crazy money, and then I stopped working the other job. So I was an independent contractor, but they were paying me sort of on a regular paycheck style, salary style.
Right.
So the paychecks kept coming in, and I just simply wasn't working. And I'm like, all right, well, they keep coming in. Let's just see how long this goes. Because I was working a full-time job. It's a salary job. So I'd come home, I'm exhausted. I'm like, fuck that, I'm not doing anything. So finally, they fired me. And I'd spent so much money. I'd been spending so much money, and I had high rent, that I was like, now I'm back to paycheck pretty quickly. And it was time to pay taxes. And it was like I owed like $8,000 from my 1099.
From the 1099. Can you pay taxes with a credit card?
That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. So I did. No, wait.
Is that
no? I'm sorry. I 2017 I did that.
Okay.
2018 I simply didn't pay.
You just didn't pay.
Yeah, I didn't pay.
I remember that year.
Yeah. So I just didn't pay.
I don't think I paid in 2018 either. I just
Well,
skipped
don't
it.
say that.
No, I paid it later.
Oh, okay.
I paid it now.
So
I filed.
I just never said anything, and here's
The year we worked for Schleppenfetch and we never got because they went
I
bankrupt.
just skipped a year. Yeah.
That was I still haven't paid that because I didn't know how to. I was like, I don't even know what I made.
Yeah.
We never got.
We couldn't
we
reach the guy.
literally worked for a company that just went bankrupt, and then the guy left town.
I remember-
and we never got tax info or anything.
I remember
so
my-
I just was like, I don't even know what to do here.
I remember my dad asking me about it, and he's like, "Well, what's the address?" I'm like, "I don't know." And he's like, "What's the phone number?" I'm like, "I don't.
Literally, no
I
phone.
don't know."
The guy left town. He did like an article in the LA Times about like what his next venture was gonna be, and then he just went to like Florida.
But for me, it was I just simply didn't pay. And this is something that I would think Devin would think, but I'm ashamed of myself that I thought this. Okay. And I don't know why I'm giving myself more like financial credit than you, but I seem to it seems like I should know more than you.
You should. I don't even know. I mean, listen, I was literally going to. I thought I had a free 7-Eleven card.
You got any more the White Claws? Are there? Any
I
more?
mean, not many, Richie. You can have one.
I'll buy some more later.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if I have enough for the rest of the podcast
Oh,
for
Jesus.
myself. Give this to
All right,
Richie.
put
and
it
then-
on
last
credit.
One. This is my last. I'll
Put
put
it
it
on
on
credit.
credit.
On some credit.
Put it on my tab.
I'll buy more White Claws. I got a credit card.
Okay, well, so here's what happened. What was I fucking just saying?
You were talking about how you didn't you paid your taxes with a credit card, and then in 2018 didn't pay your
I
taxes.
think I have brain damage because I keep doing this. I listened to the one of the old podcasts. I did this 8 times. But so, anyways, I'll have to start. I probably am going to repeat some stuff. I didn't pay taxes. I thought for sure that if you can not pay taxes, and the only way that you'll get caught is if they audit you. Mm-hmm. Right? So I thought that it's like, oh, what is that? Like a 1 in 1,000 that they choose me to audit? Mm-hmm. And no, like, of course, there are alerts that they get if there is a 1099 on record, like your company submits their records.
Right.
And they just get an alert like, hey, this social with this income never paid the taxes. It's automated.
Right.
So I'm such a fucking idiot that I'm like, no, they have to audit. I was underestimating the IRS. I'm like, these guys are fucking idiots.
Well, you were making like actual decent money too.
Well, yeah.
A lot of people don't pay their 1099 taxes. They work for Postmates, Uber. They're making $8,000 a year. They're they're making.
They're
it's
not
like,
coming
They're
after
not
you.
really going to go after that guy.
No, but I thought that
Maybe they do though. I don't know.
I don't know. No, I think no. So if you make under, I think it's like 19,000 or something a year. You don't have to pay taxes.
I got good word from a guy I knew who worked for the Department of Economics.
His name was Lev Parnas. Richie's like, I have good information
not-
from a trustworthy man.
it was not-
Lev Parnas, Donald Trump's right-hand
Honestly,
scam artist.
if anyone knew how to skirt around things, it also would be Lev Parnas. But
Yeah.
it was not Lev Parnas. It was just a guy I know, because I grew up in D.C., a guy I know who works for the Department of Economics, who said that if you make under $80K, they're not really going to notice much.
Well, no, that means that you can get away with like
But you have to file.
No, yeah, you have to file. You can write shit off like crazy. Like you can say, you know, my entire house is my office. Mm-hmm. I use every room in my house
For work.
Mm-hmm. And you have to give them a square footage. So usually you just have to give them the square footage of the room with your computer in it. But you could make an argument that your whole house, and then you calculate like each square foot equals X amount you don't have to pay taxes on. Mm-hmm. So that kind of stuff you can get away with. And I don't do that ever because I'm an honest guy.
It gets you in more trouble. It's a red flag. I read that people that are really big into the write-offs and do like spending a ton of time writing shit off, like the IRS is like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, well, you know, if you're like a super big hotshot, like the kind of guy that Richie's talking about, he's got an accountant.
So does it? Yeah.
Who's a master of this kind of stuff. But when you get the guy who's a little too ambitious, he's a little arrogant, he does his own taxes, he might make $600K a year or something, and he decides, let me just get a little bold here. Mm-hmm. Those guys get fucked, I think, on that. They decide, they audit those guys, and they go, wait a minute, okay, we're going to come to your house. We want to see your office. So those guys get fucked. But, you know, I don't recommend doing it. I don't do it, and I never would do it. But
it's crazy. So you really it's legal to pay your taxes with a credit card. It's crazy.
oh yeah, so 2017, I paid my taxes with a credit card, and because I was living paycheck to paycheck, that's when I was in Koreatown with only the 1099 job, and I was poor. I was like actually paycheck. I was spending money like an idiot, but I was actually poor. Paid it with the. I don't know if it's legal, but I did it.
It went through.
It went through. Yeah, so it must. It's probably. I'm sure it's legal.
Yeah, why would they actually care?
You know, they're like, hey, listen, we're getting the
It's all
money.
fake anyway.
Yeah, we're getting the money. We'll accept it.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead and be a slave to
Yeah.
Capital One. We don't care.
But so anyways, literally, I just paid my taxes like from 2018. I just paid them like 6 months ago. I finally had enough money
Yeah.
where I was like, all right, I better do this.
How do you do? Do you have a guy, or do you go on TurboTax and do all that annoying
No,
shit?
you know what's funny is that my accountant, who I found in South Dakota, because I went back to South Dakota for 6 months or something during the during the pandemic, and so I was basically like, hey, I better pay these taxes. My dad's a lawyer. I'm like, hey, Dad, could you you don't need accountants. Everybody knows each other in South Dakota. And he's like, yeah, I'm the lawyer for an accountant. Let me connect you. And I started talking to this lady. She's kind of a wolf. She would always go, well, so I'm on the phone with her, and I'm like, God, how can we get this lower, this amount? And she would hint at stuff like, well, maybe if, you know, your office was a little bigger, that's why I know that example.
Right.
And but then there was like a bunch of other stuff where she kept being like, and if this happened, then you would pay less. And I go, that happened. That did happen. Good. And then, so she got me, you know, she got the price.
God bless, like,
well, you know what?
people that are in like accounting and like
scumbag
the
accountants.
tax business, and they're
Yeah.
like it's so annoying. It's so hard to get a fucking come
Yeah,
on.
but dude,
Don't-
listen to this.
like a non-legal answer. out of
She
them.
was a hero.
You know when you want to ask advice and you just,
She
you just
saved me-
want them to say like, yeah, you could probably get away with it.
She saved me so much money, and she was awesome. And she knew my whole account top to bottom, and she was like a legend. She helped me so much. And then I just got a letter in the mail. They go, by the way, you actually owe $2,000 more for all the lateness fees. And I go, fuck. All right. I call her up, and they go, she's dead. She just died.
Oh no!
So she knew my whole fucking account. She was a master.
And you have to you have to do.
I
it
found
all
a new
over,
lady.
get a new lady.
I literally was just talking to her. The
Well,
new lady
check
yesterday.
her blood pressure.
I go, could you go get a physical? I go, before we put a lot of time into this, could you get a
Literally
physical?
everyone should tell their tax person to go get a physical before they hire them.
That's so funny.
I'm not going to go through this hell again. Yeah.
Rest in peace, lady.
Rest in peace, tax lady.
I'm not going to
South
say her
Dakota.
name on the podcast. She was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
That sucks, but
So I was the Bay.
oh yeah, I went and did a little solo road trip to see my friend. He stayed in like Silicon Valley, which is just it's honestly really hellish. It sucks. It's just like the Bay is great. You know, you drive into San Francisco, that's awesome. Even though there's a lot of human excrement on the streets, and also COVID did just fuck up like everything. Like there's just so many shuttered businesses.
You're saying you like it, but it's like tons of homeless?
Yeah, San Francisco's very homeless. It's like real liberal.
But you like it.
Worse than LA?
Oh, I like it because it's classic. I've been there a million times throughout my childhood. Like my dad used to love it, and it's it's a amazing Alcatraz. It just
that's
gives
true.
you an eerie
I've never been
vibe.
there.
It's just so cool. We got to go. It's just a cool city. It's a historical, amazing city, but it's it is very corporate now, and they've shut a lot of old places down that I used to love as a kid and whatnot. But Haight-Ashbury. You ever been to the Haight-Ashbury district?
I've never been to San Francisco.
Jesus, what is with you fucks? You fucking,
We're not from California.
you fucking Jesus, you rubes. Also the trolley thing. It's like known for the trolleys.
I've seen a million movies with the trolley going down the big hill.
Yeah. That's like
Yeah.
not even really. I didn't see any trolleys. That's
what?
kind of ending. I don't know what's going. I'm sure also I'm a little pissed because it was the first place I've been where me and my friend we went to an old bar. They have these classic Irish coffees. It's called the Buena Vista, and they have this outdoor seating, but the inside's great. And we go up to the front, and this little fucking twerp comes up to us, and he goes, "Proof of vaccination."
Oh,
man.
jeez.
And I was like, whoa, this is happening? Like,
You had steam
this
coming
is
out
already,
of your ears.
I was getting real stop the steely. I was just revving up. I took my shirt off like Superman. I had a stop the steal shirt on. It made me a little upset, but I did have my proof. My friend didn't, because it's like, what the fuck? It is. We're now being asked to show our papers. This is Nazi Germany, folks.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting
What's
for that.
the difference between that and Nazi Germany? Tell me.
I went to a bar. They pulled out my fillings. It was insane.
It's crazy. That bar. I had my grandfather in a wheelchair there. They took him to the top floor. They threw him right out of his wheelchair. Nazi Germany, I tell you. No, it was just kind of creepy, you know. And then I asked if I can go to the bathroom, and the guy like made a point to say like multiple times, like mask on over mouth and nose. And I was like, this is fucking little gross.
It's just annoying.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's annoying.
With a
that
mask?
No, I don't like the
attitude.
mandate.
The attitude. I don't like the
Also,
attitude.
who the fuck are they protecting? If you're unvaccinated and you're going out to bars, what the fuck does a bar care if you get sick?
Right.
Why do they care? Like, literally, why would, if my friend wasn't vaccinated, why do they care if he comes inside and gets COVID? Are they saying he can spread it more?
Well, now you're generating.
Well, they don't
the
want him to die.
Yeah, now you're
Who
generating.
gives a shit about him?
Now you're generating the
They
argument.
serve alcohol. They care about people's health.
I mean, they might not want somebody to die a horrible death.
Yeah, now you're generating the argument the vaccination.
They'll never know.
Right?
This whole idea about like knowing where people get it, nobody knows where they get it. Who cares? It's a free for all.
Well, they
I
have.
don't know, Devin.
I know.
You lost me there.
No, I
You
didn't
lost-
lose anybody.
you lost-
goddammit.
You lost me.
How'd I lose you? Listen to what I am saying. If you're vaccinated, Tim got it. He's vaccinated, but he didn't get super sick. He's not in the hospital, and they say the vaccination is keeping you from having it, you know, the old COVID, where it really fucking almost kills you. So we all got vaccinated, right? So this is an indoor bar, and they're asking for proof of vaccination. So everyone in there's vaccinated. So what do they care if an unvaccinated person is in there?
They don't want them to die a horrible death. What are you talking about?
What?
That's exactly why they care, because they got vaccinated.
Yeah, they don't want just because somebody's irresponsible and they didn't get the vax. That doesn't mean they want them to die.
Everyone can spread it the same way. If you're vaccinated, you could spread it just as easily as an unvaccinated person. That's what they've said. It's like it doesn't stop you from spreading it.
Right. So they don't want you to come in if you're not vaccinated because you could get it from the people that have it, and you could die a horrible death.
That are vaccinated.
Yes.
But people were allowed to do things before there was a vaccine. Like, people were going and doing things, and they weren't asking for proof of anything. They were just like, all right, take...
You just replaced Richie's worst argument of all time right now. But back to back. I can't even believe it.
But
I
if
just
a
saw the two worst arguments I've ever heard in my life just happened back to back.
Are they afraid to get sued? There's been a million people that have died, and who knows the last place they were? Who fucking cares at this point? Like, I don't understand. What is this, like, fake,
You just
like,
said a guy
infantile,
got it.
like...
Tim Dillon got it.
Right.
Even though he was
and
vaccinated.
he's vaccinated. So what? So if they asked him for... He got it.
Right, because he's in Texas and going on tour. He's not a regular person. He's not just somebody in San Francisco going to bars. They want to make sure you're vaccinated if you're going to go in.
Why?
Richie,
For
what's been
that
going on with
reason.
you lately?
Yeah, you want to make Devin stop looking
I'm trying
bad.
to save Devin.
What's been going on with me? I got EBT. That's been big. I love
Whoa.
loving EBT.
How much?
A lot.
Give the amount, exact amount.
I think it was, well, we spent a bunch of it initially, but I think it was like $832.
Damn.
I think $832.
Wow, brother.
Yeah, because they took forever to actually send the card.
They took Tesla built up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
built up.
Yeah.
So what are
People
you going to
probably
buy?
like the argument, though.
What are you
Devin's
gonna
looking
buy?
Like a groceries. You can only buy groceries. That's it.
Oh, what?
Sushi. I
Yeah,
got
you
some
could buy pretty good stuff.
Yeah, you can go to
you can buy sushi.
You can go to
You have to be vaccinated,
You can go to
though.
Whole Foods. You can go to all the fancy.
Yeah, you can go to like...
Do you ever-
You can go to like
Groceries.
Yeah, you can go to like nice grocery stores and
Devin's
stuff.
all uncomfortable now. He's like, "Was I fucking up?
No, I'm not.
Was I screwing up?"
No,
Devin, don't,
I am
don't.
confident in my ignorance.
Yeah.
It does not matter.
Yeah.
Why would a
Yeah.
place give a shit if somebody is choosing to be unvaccinated and they're going out? That's their personal choice. If there's literally an unvaccinated person going out right now and wanting to go inside a bar, who fucking cares?
Well,
if
isn't
they
it-
get it?
A compassionate person? What? What?
Isn't it
Somebody
the-
with compassion.
Isn't it the bar's choice to say like we
I
don't
think it
want
must be the
anyone
bar thinks that they're
unvaccinated?
going to get sued, right?
Well, sure, that's another great
But
reason.
I think they
now you named another great reason.
No, but I think that they ended. Well, how come this is the first place that's ever asked anybody?
'Cause you were
that
in
I've
San
been to?
Francisco.
But we went to a bunch of other places. They didn't care if somebody was vaccinated or not.
They
This one-
found a place that was
And
scared to
that
get sued
was
and
the
probably
argument.
maybe compassionate.
Maybe not
Biden-
even sued,
They already
just-
signed something
Maybe,
that said
maybe compassionate, maybe scared to get sued. Either way, great reasons.
at the beginning of all this, they signed something that said you can't sue places for getting it from them.
So then that's
and
it.
Jobs
So
did
even
that
better.
too.
So they're like the greatest
so
place
then
ever.
compassion.
That
It's
helps
like the
my
greatest
argument.
bar of all time.
What is this compassion thing?
Why do you hate compassion so
Who
much?
cares? It's a
Because-
personal choice.
Because if everyone's vaccinated, then the chances are so much lower. Instead of having to deal with that, like, I got vaccinated, but like I'm slightly less sick, but I'm still got it. Like, why even deal with that? I actually kind of like that. I got vaccinated. I went through the whole fucking process, and I don't want to deal with people who are still playing bullshit politics with it. I got vaccinated, so I'll show my proof.
yeah, but if you
I'm
were-
pro-vaccination.
would you be afraid
big
to be
time.
around an unvaccinated person? Like, to care about them?
I wouldn't be
If they made the choice to be unvaccinated, who
I would.
cares?
Yeah,
actually, yeah.
You still care for them. You still
Yeah,
think
because if they're all
their
out-
choice doesn't.
Devin, how do you not? Okay,
It's their choice. We've
Because
had like 5 months to get
because
vaccinated.
because if they
I
are-
guess you don't want it.
because
I
if-
don't care if you
because
don't
if-
want it.
so you don't care if they die?
Not really. No. What do
I
you
don't-
talk? Why? I don't. What do you mean? He obviously the person has some weird reason they don't
So
want to get it. Also, you had a very low chance of dying from it before there was a vaccine. So go ahead, roll the dice. I don't care. I got it, so I can feel more comfortable and go do things. But if you're hanging out unvaccinated, all right, whatever.
So you're willing to let somebody die just simply because they don't like
I'm
a
not
vaccine.
doing it. They have their person. They have autonomy over their life and choices.
No,
And
I'm saying,
they've
but
had
no,
5 months to get a thing that everyone knows about and is readily available. And
I'm
they
saying
didn't.
if you knew they were unvaccinated,
yeah.
you don't care still.
I don't.
What am
care.
I not supposed? I'm not supposed to hang out
Yeah.
with them? No, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's insane.
No, I
like
wouldn't
the
wanna-
whole reason I got the vaccine. I don't care about getting it for I never cared one. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I had the virus. My toes turned all fucked
Yeah, the
up.
COVID toes.
I had COVID toes. So I had a cough, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's COVID. I was in South Dakota. I was at a titty bar. It was a biker bar where it's a strip club and there's pregnant strippers, and I was basically a super spreader. By the way. I go to this place, and the next day, I start like the next couple days, got a cough and stuff. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, whatever. It's not. I really never at one point was ever scared. My toes turned purple and red, bright purple and red.
No, it fucks you up.
Yeah, but I look it up online, and the point that I'm making here is that never once was I concerned about my own health. The reason I got the vaccine is because I was scared of giving it, affecting some old lady that would
Right,
die
and now
from
it's
it.
been 5 months. That old lady has gotten it. If anyone hasn't gotten it, they just don't want it.
There are a massive amount of people that, and by the way, I don't want to kill somebody that doesn't want it.
We were hanging out with unvaccinated people long before the vaccine. We were going to bars in the middle of COVID. There's no difference.
No, but if I knew, if somebody came up and somebody said, "Hey, Joey, by the way, that person they don't have it. You could kill them. They're at risk." I would say, "Oh, let me get away from them." I would definitely would not.
well, no,
But why
no.
would that person be in a crowded
I
bar?
don't
because
care.
they're dumb.
Why is
I don't want to
Stephen,
kill? I don't
why
want
is
to kill
Stephen Hawking at the nightclub?
I don't want to kill dumb people just because they're dumb. I don't want to kill dumb
no,
people.
This whole thing, like, I'm killing that. Like, hey, it's in the air. I don't know what you want out of me.
Well, someone at this.
You're here, I guess, and you don't want the vaccine. This whole idea now that it's like I'm personally killing somebody is like I
It's
just
not
feel
the
like
same
it's
as
nonsense.
shooting somebody in the head, but you have to be responsible for the consequences of your actions, for sure.
So I'm a babysitter to like conspiracy theorists that don't
That's
want a
where I
vaccine.
don't care if
I'm
I
supposed
kill
to
them.
give a
Yeah.
shit. Why am I supposed to give a
if
shit?
they're still playing
Why am I supposed to
politics,
hold up my
fuck
life
them.
anymore
Yeah,
because
I don't
some
wanna
person
kill
is
an
a conspiracy
anti-vaxxer.
theorist and doesn't want a vaccine? Okay, more power to you. I respect that.
Yeah.
I wish I was ballsy enough to just not get it, not care. I don't think that I should like fucking not be like it would still be like harassed with this shit if I went and did it.
I don't like.
And I don't understand why I'm supposed to care about somebody that's unvaccinated hanging out.
It's a private business. They can make their own rules. It's not like a public place.
Sure,
where
that was the start.
You're going auditor with it.
Well, no, the reason
Joey's
I
getting
like
all a mag and sit press on me.
the reason I like audits is because it taps into my ODD. Like listen, don't tell me what to do. I'm not going to enter your private business and start complaining.
Well, no, just because you don't like want to be around someone who's not been vaxxed, that's not telling someone what to do. The reason I don't want to be around someone who's anti-vax is because at this point they're playing politics around me, and that's what annoys me. It's just like I got vaccinated. I'm fine. Everyone I know got vaccinated.
Yeah,
for the
of
most
course.
part.
Listen, people who aren't vaccinated,
That's stupid.
They annoy the hell out of me.
Right.
They're dumb as hell.
Right, that's
I don't
what I'm
want to
saying.
kill them.
I don't want to. I like consciously know I don't want to kill them, but
And I don't want to take a 1% chance of killing them. I've played enough poker to be horrified of 1%.
well, I don't want to be around them because
I don't want to be around them either.
I don't want them to get me sick, even if I have the vaccine. I don't want to deal with that. I did the thing. Now you're going to get me sick.
Listen,
So
same,
I kind
same
of
page.
So I kind of understand the bar for a slightly different reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Slightly
like,
different, but Joey and I are still on the same page with this bar.
what
You guys like that the bar is asking people for their papers?
No, I don't mind it.
I
If
don't like it, but it's none of my business. It's a private business. They're allowed to make their own decisions, right?
Sure, I was just saying.
They're
Generally,
willing
it's
to-
super annoying.
they're
and
willing
I
to-
It
thought
annoys
was
me. Oh, no, it
strange and creepy,
Yeah, yeah.
and
No.
all of a sudden we're living in this time where I'm like, oh, we don't like. I don't even understand what the proof is. I showed a fucking picture on my phone that could have been doctored. With it was like a pathetic picture of a card I have.
Yeah,
like
they'll accept pictures,
There's zero.
yeah.
But that's not. If they really care, that's not that much proof.
No,
That's
I mean,
not
you-
that
no,
I
realistic.
thought that too. I thought that's
Nonsense.
bullshit.
It's
I thought
all
that
arbitrary
the 930
horseshit.
Club,
It's like fucking. It's about how they feel like this virtue bullshit.
Well,
It
it's
doesn't.
one
We're not
layer-
even getting to the bottom of
It's
whether
one
I
layer.
have the vaccine.
It's a layer of security. It's not perfect, but it's a layer of security that will stop 90%, maybe 99% of the
Yeah.
people that don't have it.
Yeah, now you're dealing with an anti-vaxxer who's like doctoring.
Yeah, there might be 1% of the people that
pictures
figure
and-
that out.
Yeah.
I keep using that
They're
percentage.
making
but
fake documents.
Yeah.
And that person's probably the most dangerous, which is kind of funny in a roundabout way about what you're saying about like, oh, you need to show proof. The only anti-vaxxer who's getting in is like the biggest psycho of all time, who's making a fake "I got vaccinated" thing so that they can get into a bar.
Well, this will
We're
be a really
probably
good
underestimating the amount of people.
This will be a really good Patreon episode.
I don't mind if this is public.
Well, for your sake,
What's-
I don't think it
What's
should be.
wrong? Why?
I don't understand
I'm
what's
curious.
so crazy
No,
about what I
seriously,
said.
I'm
I'm
trying to, like,
honestly,
come at
Joey,
you.
I don't understand what I said.
Why
Yeah.
don't you think of everything we've said so far, it should be public? I mean, what's the problem?
So Devin was screaming that he wants people that didn't get the vax to die, and he doesn't.
I
A
didn't say
lot
want.
of ultra
I didn't
liberals
say
has
want.
said that.
I
That's
didn't
a very
say I
ultra
want them to
liberal
die.
take.
First off, I didn't say I
I'm
want
not
them to die
saying
at
he's
all.
on the right or the left.
I just said I don't care.
That's a very
Yeah,
Holly-
exactly.
No,
Well,
that's
why
a,
is that
That's
crazy?
horrifying. That's horrible.
That's a very
You don't
Hollywood
care if
take.
people
That's-
die. That's horrible.
That's a very
Of course, I care if
Hollywood
people
take.
die, but if they're people street race, I'm not like I need to stop them from street racing tonight.
Yeah, but if
they're making an independent
if
decision
you could commit
with their own life,
if you could commit a small action that would possibly
how
save
would
one
we
of
ever
their
know we personally killed a guy with COVID? Who are these people that where they traced it back to one person and then that person feels guilt for the rest of their lives that they like got
right?
they personally got
so
somebody
what
sick?
if you knew that you could minimize that by 1%? Right? The likelihood of you spreading it is low, but by you committing a very easy small action, you can bring it down by 1%.
What is that action? I got vaccinated. That's all I have to do.
Don't go out into like crazy areas where people who might be unvaxxed are around.
How would I even know that that's if you're out now, you obviously either don't care about it or are vaccinated.
that's what I'm saying.
That's where you lose me.
I don't
a little.
understand.
Me?
Yeah.
Who are these people
Because-
that I'm supposed to give a shit
I don't-
about
I don't-
that have we've had like 6 months to
Well,
get
how
this
do I
fucking
lose
thing.
you, Richie? It's this exact same point.
Because if someone is not
then you want them. You're fine with them dying, and you're going to live your life exactly like you want to live.
No,
it.
this started with the
And
bar.
you won't
This
change
started with-
anything.
Joey, this started with the bar and papers.
Right.
That I don't like, but I get where they're coming from, and I don't hate the bar for it. Where you took it to is this whole thing about like saving anti-vaxxers, which they've made a choice as well. I made a choice to get the vaccine. They made a choice not to. So
you're
they're
saying
playing politics. I don't deliberately.
They're the ones
I don't
spreading it.
deliberately.
Hey, listen to Richie, go
I don't
ahead.
want to deliberately kill them.
Yeah.
Like consciously, yes.
You're not going to go come up to somebody, grab them, and cough in their face.
Right, exactly.
But you would go into a crowded room with people that you know aren't vaxxed.
No.
How would you know people are vaxxed?
If somehow I knew that, I probably would not.
Okay,
because
okay.
That's weird too. Because that would also, again, I'm in a crowded room of people playing politics for some reason.
Right.
But what I'm getting at is that, if someone's like saying they're an anti-vaxxer that open about it.
But you're on. So
That's
When is
weird.
anybody being put in a position where they
Never,
know they're
never.
about to hang
That's-
out with a
the
bunch of
scenario's
unvaccinated
never-
people? It's
the scenario's never
nonsense.
happened.
yeah, it's called a hypothetical scenario.
But that's where
you
it's coming.
fucking idiot.
That's what your
You're
fucking
the
thing
dumbest
is.
fucking idiots I've ever met.
That's where your entire point is coming from.
You
A
just-
hypothetical that never happens.
That's how
There's
you-
never some
it's
club
called-
full of unvaccinated
That's
people
how
fucking
you
hanging
propose-
out,
that's
and
how you
you're going to come
propose-
in and kill them all.
It's how you propose an argument.
So it's a
it's a
false
mo-
argument.
No, it's a-
that's not a thing that exists. We don't-
Hypothetical-
There's not places where everyone's unvaccinated and the big bad vaccinated super spreader is going to come kill everybody.
Hey, everyone that's ever used a hypothetical scenario, you just did a false argument. Sorry, guys. Devin just found out that's a false argument. There's no usage for it to figure out logical.
What is the usage in terms of the world we live in? Where is that happening?
It's how you
You're trying
explore
to
logic.
prove that Devin wants to kill people.
No, Devin was yelling quite loudly a bit earlier.
Yeah,
that-
you already said it. But
Yeah.
you're saying you're.
So why did you ask?
It's become this.
Why did you accuse me of trying to prove it when you just admitted that he was yelling?
No, I'm trying to get to the bottom of what you're trying to do because I was with you on the bar.
Right.
On the bar asking for papers.
Right.
And Devin hated that.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I kind of get like that's their decision / like, I don't know, I'm vaccinated,
What
so
was the
fuck
thing
it.
that I lost you on again?
Where you lost me was this whole thing about like if I knew there's someone who wasn't vaccinated.
So we
I'd
all
want-
agree on that. We all agree on that.
Yeah.
So then we agree.
No, Devin
Well,
doesn't.
I didn't lose you. No, Devin wouldn't go to somebody that he knew. He just said that he wouldn't. No, he said
Well, now
nobody
he's
wouldn't.
trying to look good. He already did actually say that he
Did
would.
he?
Yeah, he said earlier he'd
let's
gladly
skip-
kill someone.
Let's skip past
Devin's
that.
a sociopath.
No, I didn't. I
We
didn't
can
say
skip
that.
that. No, Devin's a
I
sick.
said if I
It's
was
recorded on audio.
No,
if
Devin's
I-
Travis Bickle. He's a sicko. We can skip it.
If I was hanging out at something, and then we're hanging out with a group of people
Yeah.
in this day, right now at this current time, and then one guy was like, "I'm not vaxxed," I wouldn't like change my night based on that retard.
Yeah.
I would
So
stay
I
away.
think I might. I think I might.
Yeah,
Really,
I
you'd stop talking to
that'd
him.
be
and, like,
weird.
yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
For him,
For him, yeah.
I would do it
Yeah.
for me. I would do it for me.
that guy is happily out,
yeah, I don't-
hanging out.
Yeah.
He knows how it.
Listen,
he knows, it's been
I-
around for 19 months. He knows how this works.
I hate him.
And I'm supposed to run away.
Not
from
run
what-
away, but just,
Avoid.
avoid. Yeah.
I'd likely do that too, I guess, but because also I don't know why.
So
I
we're
would
all
be-
agreeing now.
But no, this is nonsense.
We're all agreeing.
I don't understand. If honestly, I wouldn't. I don't care. If I'd
That's
be
fine.
like,
Okay,
sure, I guess
whatever,
keep
whatever.
hanging out. I don't know.
We've run this
guess
into
you
the
don't believe
ground.
in the vaccine.
Devin,
We've run
Anyway.
this into the ground.
2024, Trump.
oh my god. Where do we even go? From
Lauren Boebert for
What?
Lauren who's the new crazy lady? Lauren Boebert. I don't
I'm
know.
out of the loop. I don't know.
You guys
I
aren't.
don't know.
You guys aren't hip to the
Sorry.
MAGA game anymore.
Yeah,
She's
politics.
like
Devin,
she's like the new crazy.
the new Marjorie.
yeah,
whatever,
that lady
Yeah.
was. Yeah, whatever.
If Gerardo didn't quit, we could play it right now.
that son of a bitch.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Joey and I were about to go at it.
No, I mean, that was a nice argument. And
was-
listen, I tried to change the subject, and then here's how big of a hack I am. I'm like, it's probably good podcasting. I'm like, let me just go into it. I guess I'll try. I'll play it. I'll play this game. I didn't really care about any of that.
I just think it's just, I don't want to go back to it, but I'm going to go back to it real quick. I just think it's a little weird that after all this, doing everything we are supposed to do, I'm still supposed to, care about adults.
I just admitted that I didn't care about the argument. So now if I argue again, it's going to sound fake.
Right, but you
Yeah.
came at the bar. That's where it's like, why?
Yeah, they're idiots.
They
too.
made a decision.
What? Sure, I'm saying
They're
fine.
adults making a decision.
Everything
Okay,
I
all right,
all
fine point.
Yeah.
But that we ultimately weren't arguing about that most of the time. We were arguing
that
about
was
this whole,
we were
this
for
whole
a little
like
bit.
idea that like we're hanging out at these parties full of like
So that's your point now. You're
unvaccinated
like,
people.
you're wrong because we weren't even arguing
No,
about that.
So I don't care, but the hypothetical was a supplement to my main argument, which was the bar thing.
Right.
So you're wrong about that again, but I don't want to go. We don't have to go.
They were letting the people that couldn't show proof of vaccination go to the bathroom and like hang out in the bathroom and do
So
all
these
that.
guys
They're
are
still
frauds.
inside.
It's not a perfect system. These guys need to be better.
It's arbitrary.
Well, you know, they need to
Even
be
in
better.
LA, that whole mask to the bathroom thing is obnoxious.
Yes.
Just sitting at your booth, you're fine.
It's nonsense.
But walking to the bathroom, you put your mask
COVID
on
comes out on the way to the bathroom.
on the way to the bathroom.
Yeah, but here's
If your hand is on the bar, you're safe. But when you take it off, you
Yep.
could get it.
But here's another thing that I would say: if this might scare you, Devin. Another hypothetical. if there were such a thing as a public bar, like public, owned by the city, I do believe that they, if they carded, I would think that that's fucked up big time. And I would be very pissed off.
Public bar. What is this, like the YMCA for bars? Is it
Yeah,
like a
exactly.
public pool? Like a bunch of poor people go down to the...
No, it's imaginary.
Okay.
I'm hypothetical.
A government-owned entity.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
Asking for proof.
I'm saying
and-
that would piss me off. That would really infuriate me.
Okay, but
So
'cause they're private.
and at that point, I would say, if we infringed on like I'm going 1A.
You're going
on
M again
I'm going
tonight.
1A. But at that point, if they infringed on our rights, if it had to infringe on our rights, I would go, no, I'll risk death.
This is where I wish we
Yeah.
had video, because if you could see Joey throwing his hands up going, I'm going 1A! I'm going 1A!
I mean, just footage of Joey and I screaming at each other about vaccines.
I'm going 1A!
Devin, that's why you need to buy a fucking camera.
Yeah, Devin.
Yeah.
Put up the
Well,
cash,
also,
Devin.
like, I'll get the fucking
Oh,
camera.
it's because of
I
TikTok.
got some birthday money coming in.
Fuck TikTok. TikTok's embarrassing.
Birthday money? What are you,
in
15?
hindsight, TikTok's embarrassing. We need to be focusing on real mediums. It didn't do anything for us.
It was the only place we were getting hundreds of
You got
thousands of
you
views.
got
Views,
no-
but they didn't do anything.
Yeah, you got notifications.
They didn't do anything for us.
We make a clip, we put it out on Instagram.
Listen, no, it was cool
To
because-
like the same people that are. I get it.
No,
we
here's
gotta
what it
do
did.
it, but
Okay, it was
there's a lot of
cool.
successful
was,
podcasts that weren't just like they don't. I don't. I don't
No,
think the
it-
clips like got them.
It
Their
was
fame
cool,
or whatever, but it was cool to have.
It was cool because you had all these people that were like, "Oh, this is really funny," and that's always cool.
We
to
tell
see.
a lot of jokes here too. We have
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
a very bitty
Short
podcast,
jokes,
so
yeah.
it's like just real quick.
No, it was
you just
cool.
have a
It was
bit.
cool.
No, it's not bad. It's just
No, it was actually cool.
You're hanging your hat
I guess
on it.
my point is,
What, me
it sounds like you're hanging your hat on it.
no,
a
it was
little.
cool. It was cool.
or Joey?
No, you're hanging your hat on TikTok a little bit. Like, oh, we need that for video.
It was the only motivation to make clips. Yeah,
It
pretty
became
much.
that, but that was something that someone else brought. You didn't even want to do TikTok.
right.
It became that. So if you did video
Well, I
again,
would've probably
who knows
been
what the
making-
next thing would be?
Yeah.
You got no vision.
Well, I got no
You
help.
got no vision.
I got no help.
You're
You're
short.
fucking
You're
illiterate.
myopic.
You can't fucking ever.
You're
You can't ever
myopic.
edit or help me
No,
with
I
anything.
don't edit.
You don't know how to do a single thing
I'm
on a
the only
computer.
person that shows
The
up.
only-
I'm the only reason this
The
podcast
only
exists.
fucking program you know how to use is Microsoft Word. You nerd. You
I'm
writer.
a nerd that doesn't know how
Get
to
back
do.
to writing. Sick of you and your fucking good writing. Why don't you help me make a clip? You fucking asshole. And this guy over here, Mr. Lib Cuck. How am I supposed to do a podcast with you two?
He doesn't even want to kill innocent people.
I'm a super spreader, for Christ's sakes. I'm trying to do a podcast with a goddamn writer and a cock.
So Malice in the Palace. Did you see?
Joey, did you watch the Malice of the Palace documentary?
No, not
You know
yet.
what that is, though, right?
It's the big fight in the yeah.
The documentary sucked.
Oh, they look like
Sucked.
such assholes.
Yeah. They were trying to act like there's footage we haven't seen, and then all the footage was the same footage. Everyone
Well, you have.
on
You're a super fan. It's like when I watched the Conor McGregor documentary. Of course, I've seen every fucking
Right.
clip.
Yeah.
Well,
If I watched it, it would be all new to me.
No, it'd be like Connor wiggling his way out of throwing the chair at the bus. No, you don't understand. They were trying to call me a shitty Irishman, and they were trying to bait me as a drunk Irishman.
I've seen all that. Yeah, I've seen every. He does that, and I've seen it all.
Right. It's
Joey's
the same
right.
line of thinking.
Joey's right. From Joey's perspective,
It might be okay.
it would be like new to you. But I'm saying the documentary is made by one of the players. Like it's from.
It's
and
like
they're
propaganda?
It's like propaganda, and
Yeah.
they're trying to act like they were wrongfully treated based in like
villainized.
you guys haven't even seen never before seen footage, and I have seen all that footage was on national TV. Like there wasn't a single thing I saw in the documentary that was like, oh my god, this is new information.
Yeah.
Jermaine O'Neal tried to be like, they based the sanction on edited footage. And then you like cut to the footage. He's like literally running full speed at a guy about to punch him, and the only reason he misses is because he slipped.
Yeah, it's one of the. It's also. It's even though he misses, it's still fucking great. He not. Also, that fan's an idiot too.
Yes, for coming on the court.
Well, that guy also learns nothing. He talks in the
Yeah, he's a
documentary at the
dipshit.
end. He's like a dipshit.
I'm glad he got beat up.
You came onto the court
Yeah.
and you got in Ron Artest's face, like, "Hey, let's go."
Idiot.
And you're fucking 5'9" Honduran man. You just saw Ron Artest beat the living shit out of a guy in the stands.
You've been eating Detroit style pizza every night.
mean,
You're a big fat stubby fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Who is? It's probably bad for me to ask questions because it's just going to be me asking basic.
No,
right.
Who's the Honduran?
He's a fan.
There were these
Oh,
two
good fan.
Detroit Pistons fans that walked onto the court in the midst of the brawl, and they got in Ron Artest like trying to like walk away, and they get in front of him like, let's go, like, yeah.
And he socked him.
Oh, and he just starts wailing on him and beats the shit out of them. And then Jermaine O'Neal sees this, who's like 7 foot, runs over, sliding sledgehammer punch right into this guy's face, and he's like on the ground like it's so embarrassing for both of them. It's really it's amazing footage. It's the greatest thing that's probably ever happened on live TV. I was watching it live after school. I was doing homework and I was like, this game sucks. It was like a boring game, even though they were like
crushing
they were
them.
great teams, but it was a very low scoring game. And then that happened, and I was like, oh, this fight. And then I couldn't believe it. It was like 9/11 of basketball. It was like, oh my god, this is really happening. Because it's like you watch sports so long, and I don't think in like 50 years I've ever seen any footage of any professional athlete breaking that third wall and running into the crowd. So you know what I mean? Like I've literally never seen that. It's like
Your friend Connor does it like every 3 weeks, but I see what you're saying.
Well, that was after Malice at the Palace. Like I'm saying, this happened in 2004.
But so wait a minute, because you're making the way you described it just now made me side with Ron Artest.
So what happened?
A Mexican dude jumped on the court and got in his face.
That's not how it started.
Ron Artest was lying on the announcer's table
after a little fight happened.
He claims that his therapist told him to take 5 and breathe. He's an insane man. Ron Artest is a known insane man.
So he decided to arrest on the commentator's
So he goes like,
booth.
I'm counting to 5. He laid down after this like insane foul on Ben Wallace. It was a huge they were up like 20 points, something like that, and he fouled Ben Wallace.
The game was over. He fouled him hard for no reason. The guy had a reason to get upset. He pushes him. A little fight breaks out. They break it up. They're both really. Ben Wallace is really pissed at Ron Artest
for good reason.
Ron Artest,
so far nothing out of bounds.
Nothing crazy.
Basketball.
Normal basketball shit. Oh, it's a brawl, whatever.
Yeah.
Ron Artest lays on the scores table and just keeps, the fans are going a little crazy, and then a fan throws a cup of beer on him, and it hits him in the face.
Yeah. At Ron Artest.
And on Ron Artest, he's lying on the scores table, and he gets up, and all hell
goes
ensues.
straight.
He goes
beelines
straight.
it.
He just jumps into the stands, jumps over like an announcer. The announcer falls
So
down.
do you think he was wrong for doing that?
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. He started the entire thing.
Yeah.
He got hit in the face with the beer.
Yeah, but you're just not. You just
That's the
can't.
start.
Just don't do that.
Well, then
No,
he-
if you're a professional athlete, you have to be the bigger person.
Yeah, exactly. That's
But
the
in
thing.
if
They were on the street, go
That's
ahead and kick the shit out of him.
obviously. Yeah.
Just ask him for his vaccination
Okay.
papers because I don't want to get him sick. But he runs into the stands and starts beating up the wrong guy. Beats the shit out of.
So that's the actual point where he gets wrong.
Exactly.
I don't give a listen. You're a professional athlete. You have a code of conduct.
Yeah.
You might get a little fine if somebody fucking socks you in the face with a beer. You get to punch them in the face. Just punch the right guy.
Right.
Punch the right guy, and if you punch the right guy, you haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah, but it's just even doing that. You run into the stands in a road game. It's a heated game. Even
It's
if you're
the end
punching
of the game.
even if you're punching the right guy.
Was it a close game?
No, but even
They
if
were down?
No, they were
the home
winning.
team lost.
Did they have a hope of losing?
No.
Okay, well then fucking punch him in the face.
No, but it's a road game, and so I'm saying
And you're in the playoffs.
even if he it wasn't
But
the
it
playoffs.
was
it wasn't the
so
playoffs.
he
It was
coulda got- he
9
coulda
games
got
into the season.
suspended.
It was the beginning of the
Did
season.
he get suspended?
They ruined their entire chances of winning a championship because
Oh,
of
that's
that.
why. That's the main point.
It was 9 games into the
That's
season.
why.
He was suspended for the entire season. He completely ruined the
The
Pacers' chances.
documentary
Of,
made it seem like it was the playoffs.
it's not. It was 9 games into the season. It was a
Wow.
big season game because the year
Okay.
before they lost.
they
They
lost
lost
to
to
the
the
Pistons.
Pistons.
So
in
he
the
risked a
playoffs. Okay,
big
okay.
season
He
game
ruined the whole
because he's
season.
got a hot temper. No, that's what you should have said first.
And he beats up the wrong guy. And even if you're beating up the right guy,
You can't risk it.
All these
Yeah,
other
yeah,
fans
yeah.
get involved, so it's all out chaos.
Well, just
and then other players on the team ran into the stands and started punching strangers.
see, now you're super compassionate about strangers in an audience.
No, I'm not. I'm saying I love it. I wish that happened all the time. If that happened every game,
Now, the point is, you can't risk your season by being a hot-tempered lunatic.
yeah, you have to be compassionate for others.
Well, you have to be strategical. You have to be strategical. That's the point.
Also, what if he had a cold?
Well, you were just defending a big audience fight. You're like, oh no, he would have started a big fight in the audience, and I don't like that one bit.
No, I didn't say
But
that.
Yeah, you
I
did.
didn't say
it's
that.
It's recorded.
I didn't say I don't like that one bit. I love that he did that.
I
I'm just
mean,
saying
not
he
word
was the
for word, but
I'm
that
saying
was
he was
your
the reason
point.
he did it. I mean, he was the reason it all went into chaos.
Right. So and you don't like that because people can
No,
get hurt.
I love that.
Sure. Okay.
I
but-
love that.
So
I hope
but
they all.
you brought it up as a negative. One
Joey's
of the
really just. I don't
consequences
even
of
know what his
actions.
issues with me today are.
He's trying to rope in
I think-
winning this argument,
trying
and
to-
he's doing a pretty good job, actually.
What argument? I don't even know what we're arguing. I just said that he did
You
start
want
it.
I'm
people
trying to do a
dead.
fun argument for the
I
show.
love chaos. Right?
Oh, that's weird.
Right, guys?
You're
I
weird.
Watched the,
You're
I watched-
weird, dude.
I watched The Joker a couple days ago. Great movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, Doc.
Great flick.
So the Doc.
So
Go on.
Steven Jackson, in my opinion, looked the worst.
Yeah, he's like, I ride for my family,
Yeah,
fam.
he
Like,
just had this weird take of like, yeah, I had my people's back,
yeah,
and
I
that's
mean,
why it was okay.
I don't know. He just saw his teammate that he loves in the stands,
Yeah,
punching
I
people
yes.
and getting punched, and he's also a fucking. He's had, he's done crazy things.
Who
He's
is this?
Steven Jackson. He's a player on the Pacers that ran into the stands after Ron Artest did.
To back him up.
Are you guys against him?
No, but he did go crazy. He just starts wailing on strangers.
I'm against the way he was talking about it.
Yeah.
What he actually did, I get having your friends back at that point when it's
Yeah.
already started.
Yeah.
But the way he was talking about it was he was like so like edgy.
I was the
about
victim.
it.
What did he say? What did he
Slash
say?
victim. Yeah, he was everyone was playing the victim role of the media, vilifying them,
Right.
which they absolutely deserve to be vilified. That was the dumbest shit
Right.
you ever could have done. That was so stupid.
I don't blame them for what they did, but they're all thugs and criminals, and they need to pull their pants up. Pull your damn pants up.
There was a point in the documentary where they were like, and the dress code was instated
Implemented like right after.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But you don't like how he was saying that it wasn't his fault or something?
he was saying he was trying to paint himself as this like I'm this ride or die for my homies guy, and because of that, I shouldn't have any no one should say anything about me.
Maybe I'm in just disagree mode, but it's like
It seems like it.
It's really the fault of the arena because
I
there
might
was-
be. I don't know. I might be.
It's really the fault of the Pistons arena because they had zero security because there's
Right, there was, like, three
apparently nobody
cops
worked.
there.
There's no Detroit's just decimated, so they don't even have cops.
Right,
the
yeah.
cops showed up like an hour into it,
Their excuse was kind of funny too, where they were like, "We were gonna tell these season ticket holders that they couldn't come back, but we flubbed it."
They were like, "It's Detroit." They're like, "What are you gonna do?"
Who even has season ticket money in Detroit? No offense to Detroit,
12,
I guess.
the 12.
It's a bunch of abandoned houses.
Right, from what I know about Detroit, they're playing paintball at abandoned houses all day.
It's like the 12 people left that have homes.
Right,
I
yeah,
guess. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure isn't there like one suburb of Detroit that's still gotta be kind
exactly.
of suburby.
Yeah.
Somewhere,
I think
somewhere.
a part of downtown is nice. They have that airport that they spend $1 billion on for some reason.
So
Yeah.
people could leave. They're like, it's the best place to leave the city.
No, that's a weird airport. But it's one of the weirdest, but it's like the nicest airport in the world. But it's
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like a new thing they just did? Like,
No, I think like they built it. I think probably like 10 years ago or something.
Okay.
But it's like massive, and it's got like they put a ton of money into designing it, and it's like,
why?
I don't know.
Do airports bring in revenue for us, like an economy? Like,
Yeah.
does it help
Yeah,
the
yeah.
economy?
Oh,
It
yeah,
does.
yeah.
Big
But
time.
who's because it's just people want to fly to Detroit more
Everyone
now because
works at the airline.
Oh, right.
Well, no, I think
you work at the
So
airport.
I'm being like, first of all, I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure that if you build like a big enough airport, and people are flying across the country, it's like we can stop and we can route. These airlines are deciding we can stop in Chicago, but there's too many flights there. Like, so then like we'll have to wait to land and stuff, and that's why you get a holding pattern where your plane's like, all right, well we got a delay, we have to land in like 20 minutes. But then if they fly straight to Detroit, it might take 20 minutes longer to get there, but then they can just land because it's so huge. There's like open runways and shit, right? So I don't know the economics, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that. So it's that. But yeah, it's like the city is in shambles. You're not out of school saying like, oh, who has money in Detroit? It's a known impoverished state at this point, or city. But
I saw a documentary in Detroit like a few years ago. It's like there's like I think there's like almost more stray dogs than like people.
that's true.
Some
No,
parts,
it's
like-
covered. It's like the stray dog problem is a massive issue.
Yeah, like you could just be walking around and be like, holy shit, I'm cornered, I'm surrounded.
And in certain parts of it, like it's something crazy. There was some stat years ago where it was like racist stat. Actually, I won't even say it, but I will say it. They're like and I don't know. This is a stat that was reported. Like 70% of the people can't read, or something crazy like that. Really? And Richie can't read, so I can say that.
Yeah, it's because they're all.
By the way, Richie has dyslexia, and in one of Devan's big attacks. He went after him for a disability.
This has been another episode. It's good. I was
This
listening
is-
to
I
I
love
listened
it.
to O&A the whole way here. I listened to the roasts. I was ready to fucking
I
yell
knew
at you both.
I knew it was coming.
That's
I'm gonna start eating like yogurt or whatever soon, and just wait for a blow up. What was he doing? Grapes or something? I don't know.
Wait, what? What were you?
But one of the big fight, the big Opie versus Anthony fight. One of them was eating.
Yeah, I think that was Opie and Jim.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
The big one with Anthony.
It was the mistext.
Was the text?
Yeah,
Yeah, he sent.
I'm gonna try to text Richie and be like, Devan's a fucking faggot.
Oh man.
But no, I'm just goofing. Yeah, no. So you're doing a little Opie and Anthony on the drive back.
Yeah, I haven't had that. I had like 5-6 hours to myself, and I pay for unlimited data now. So I just because I just was tired of not being able to listen to so many. There's so many things on YouTube. That
if you haven't listened to the podcast enough, Devan's a known cheapskate. So that's
very
big.
cheap, it's a big deal.
Big.
It's like $10 more.
Yeah.
What the hell? Per month?
Yeah.
When did you get that?
I got it when our electricity kept going out. We had like no Wi-Fi. I was like, "This is driving me crazy. I need my entertainment."
Yeah.
Oh, you bought it on a whim for like just until it came on.
I bought it like I'll get rid of it soon, and then I've just liked it.
It's great.
It is great. I had like
I've had
3
it.
gigs before, and like that would go away like early into the month, and then like I would just
You get that text.
I would have like everything would like send as green, and I just felt like a loser.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You felt the correct feeling.
Yeah. I was a bit. No, but it's great. There's still so many people that are posting like old O&A episodes. It's like
The show was amazing. I mean,
It's a long lost
it
period of
wasn't a-
time. It's probably my favorite thing ever. Just like certain episodes, I'm like, God, they're just going after each other. It's so funny.
For years, I was obsessed with Stern and Opie and Anthony. I listened to them all, mostly Stern, but a lot of Opie and Anthony. They're amazing. A part of it was me being from South Dakota and just being like, oh, I got a glimpse into the world of comics and like these guys that live in New York City and Los Angeles and all this stuff.
Yeah.
It was exciting. It was like, wow, this is cool. I'm kind of learning too a little bit, right? But then also they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So it's entertaining as fuck.
They were. I listened to the roast of Rich Voss. They listened to Rich Voss's stand up from like the fucking 80s, and it's horrific. And they're talking about how awful he looks, and they're like, "How are you Jewish? Like you look so awful. You guys are slimy, greasy. You have a Jerry curl." Patrice is going off, and Patrice goes like, "How are you a Jew? Like they didn't even look that bad when they were slaves." And it's like the funniest thing I've ever heard.
One of the funniest times they were making fun of Rich. I don't know if it was on that exact episode, but it's just so blatant. They're just being like, "How are you a dumb Jew?"
Yeah, he's the first
Jewish
Jew,
people.
yeah.
You're like the only dumb Jew.
There's the roast of Jim Norton. They listened to Jimmy stand up when he was like a weird, just like completely different guy.
Opening for
he's just like, "How you doing?" Like he's just this like high energy.
I remember that. Yeah.
Just this dweeb. It was horrific.
Gerardo, could you play that? Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck.
Oh yeah, you're not here.
And he has this one joke where he's like, those people that always have chapped lips. And Colin Quinn stops it and he goes like, even his setups like don't even make sense. It's like, those people always have chapped lips. No.
No.
No, I don't. Move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colin is, I think, the funniest guy.
He's amazing.
It's between him and Patrice.
He was always like, well, Patrice, you got to give him more credit for it because he just took more airtime, like to just be talking that much and be
But
that
pound
funny.
for pound,
But Colin would come in with quick shit.
I put Colin up there with him.
I
Yeah.
do too, but
Yeah.
Patrice still had like I'd
mean,
rather. Like, his
I'd
comedy
probably give the
specials,
edge
his
to
bits.
Patrice.
What he
but
did on the radio,
of course.
longer amount
No,
of time.
not of course. It's close
kind of
for me.
inevitable, actually. I
Close.
feel like.
It's close for me. But I give
Colin
it to Patrice.
kind of only got it together later with like the historical, like he was always respected.
You're talking about his career
His-
now,
yeah, his
though, not
career.
even O&A.
No, on O&A he's as funny.
I'm talking about O&A.
but he wasn't on it nearly as much as Patrice.
I wouldn't say
I've only
I
listened
wouldn't
to
say
like
he's
highlights,
I
so
mean,
I haven't listened to as much.
as a
he
fan,
does.
I wouldn't say he's as funny. I think Patrice O'Neill is probably
funnier.
the funniest
On the
person
show?
on the show.
I think Patrice O'Neill's the funniest person. of all time,
maybe
so
then
I just-
Jim, then
But I think
Anthony.
Colin is like up, like almost one of the funniest people of all time. too.
because he comes in like real quick, like with his he has those jabs.
It's a way different style.
Yeah.
It's not. They're totally different people.
Colin Quinn said to Anthony Camilla one time, he goes, "You look like a back alley Tunisian knife fighter."
I love that.
You look like a
I
back
love
alley
that.
Tunisian knife fighter.
I remember
That's
that.
unbelievable.
It was because Colin Quinn was photographed helping Jerry Seinfeld push a Porsche, like a broken down Porsche. And Anthony was going like, "Oh, look at this. Colin's like a big star. Like, well, look at this. He's being a big Hollywood guy." And then he just called in and just fucking killed Anthony. It was the best comeback to like, because Anthony's attack was pretty devastating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, he really got Colin. And then the phone rings and it's Colin, and he just wins so easily. Just easily win. And that's what, like, Patrice could do that. And Colin could do that. Not that many other people could do that.
Jimmy could do it.
Jimmy could do it.
Jimmy could do it.
Jimmy's unbelievable.
I know, yeah.
There's an 8-year stretch where he's on that show. He's the quickest person I've ever heard
but
on
not
Earth.
that many other people aside from those guys could be against the odds that hard and have everybody against them.
Yeah.
And then be so funny and have such good attacks like right away that I'm like, oh wait. Because when I first listened to it, I'm like, oh, that's right. Colin is a fucking, he's being a Hollywood fucking bitch. And then he called in. I go, oh no, Colin's of
He's
course
still a guy,
he's
yeah.
just friends with Jerry. He doesn't care about Jerry.
Right.
They've been old comedy friends. They were driving around. A car broke down. It's like he was
Yeah.
helping him and then he just fucking mopped the floor with
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
so fucking funny.
They go. He's on the roast of Rich Voss. Jim Norton goes, or Voss like starts doing crowd work, and then they pause it, and Norton's like, "Who does crowd work on TV?" and then he goes like, "How you doing, sir? What's your name?" Jay Leno. Like then he's like doing crowd work on like Leno. What's your name, sir? Jay Leno. Oh man.
Yeah.
What a show. The mean Jimmy bits.
Oh, those were the
When
best.
Jimmy would just be in this weird mood and he
To
would
callers?
yeah,
Yeah, I
callers
love
would call
that.
him and be like, "Hey, Jimmy." And he'd be like, "What?"
Yeah.
He'd be like, dude, get to the fucking point.
And it was
you
a
fucking
nice-
make me sick.
They were
you
like nice
suck.
callers, yeah.
Yeah, they're like nice. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, all right, okay, sorry.
I remember Patrice like standing up for the callers, kind of, where he'd be like, "Man, they don't do this every day. Like, you guys are so mean."
Yeah, it's great.
What a show that was.
It is crazy. I mean, because it's all ended so sad. Everyone
know.
hates each other. And
Yeah,
Jimmy,
I mean, you see what Opie's
Patrice is
doing now.
dead.
oh, Patrice. Yeah, I mean that.
Well,
ended
I mean,
everything,
yes,
but,
yeah,
like,
yeah, that's
Patrice
obvious,
is-
but-
Patrice died. We all found out that Opie and Anthony like hated each other and-
for years.
for years, and then they just then the show segued to Opie and Jim, which was horrible, and then Jim and Sam, which is bad, and now I
Maybe
don't-
we should bring somebody on this show that we hate because that was great
Maybe
radio.
it makes
Yeah.
great
They
radio.
did
yeah.
great radio for a long time,
Yeah.
hating each other secretly.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Maybe we like each other too much, even
That's-
though I hate both you liberal cucks.
We're a bunch of libs.
Bunch of
We don't want to kill
libtards.
homeless people in the street for no reason. Libs.
But yeah, I don't even know what Jim Norton. I literally, I don't. Has he still do the radio? Has Jim
I
Norton
don't.
still do?
I
Yeah, Jim
don't
and Sam.
know.
Jim and Sam is still going.
Still
I
going.
haven't seen
Damn.
anything from that. I used to see clips pop up
Yeah, I don't see
here
any
and there.
clips, Yeah,
I don't even see those anymore.
same. I don't even know what's going on. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I still pay attention to Opie's podcast every week.
It's fascinating. Opie is like Rupert, like Pupkin now. But if he never had like if he was not ambitious,
Yeah.
it's weird. He's like this. He
It's so
just
sad.
seems to think he's doing something. I don't know who's listening.
Yeah.
But he's just. If he just posts like a video of the beach and he'll be like to the haters, like or like just weird.
No, he draws like two of the haters in the sand.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Oh
what are
my
you doing?
God.
Like, go to your family.
Are you like 55?
Yeah, like you have kids at home.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Anthony's just fucking
Yeah,
dating children and shooting guns off in his house and yelling about black on black crime statistics, and
it's a mess.
which isn't much different from when he was on the show.
Right. It's just behind a paywall now.
Well, now it's like now it's turned ugly.
It
Like,
has. It's ugly. It's,
When he was doing that, like arguing with Patrice about like black stuff, it was kind of like, oh, they're friends arguing. It
sounds like something that would happen at a bar.
It sounds like how I argue with my black friends
Right.
sometimes, or and then now it's just like he's yelling it into the wind at no black people. Like there's not a black friend there to check him.
Right.
And now it's just like I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I
just
don't
a-
know about this.
No, it's just a bunch of people around him who are trying to live off the compound name and get clout from that. Because I know
Yeah.
there's a bunch of
It's a- yeah,
comedians
yeah.
who
Yeah.
go around. I don't really know who they are. Not trying to like big time the compound
No,
comics.
nobody knows who they are.
But
Nobody knows who they
Yeah.
are. They're nobodies. He has nobodies on there. He had Artie Lang on there for a second, and then his nose fell off, and he stopped showing up.
what is Artie up to?
He's off the radar. He's officially off the radar. It's not
Really?
like a Jim.
No, people don't know where he
No,
is.
no, yeah,
or-
it's not Jim Norton off the radar. He is. He hasn't been doing anything publicly. Like he hasn't tweeted. He hasn't done a show in like over 2 years.
Last I saw, he was like literally like a trash man in New Jersey.
Well,
for,
he's.
like-
I think he's off probation.
Probation.
He's off probation because that was like a community service thing.
Okay.
So he's off probation. I think he lives with his mom right now, and he's just trying to stay sober and like
Oh, good for him.
doesn't have a nose.
Whatever it
Yeah,
takes.
good for him, man.
Good for him. He's amazing. I mean, it's
I love Artie.
he's the greatest. It's
Yeah.
it's amazing
Yeah.
he's even alive. It's
I
like a
know.
miracle. It's like a fucking miracle.
He is
Meanwhile, Trevor Moore is dead.
yeah, he is that guy.
yeah.
Artie is that guy that you think.
No,
about.
no. I meant like
No, I know.
It's like one of them
life
deserves to be
life
dead.
is ridiculous.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
there were any justice,
Yes.
Artie
No,
would be dead.
Artie's
and
that
Trevor
guy
Moore would be
you think.
alive.
Artie's that guy you think of kind of when like anyone else dies that's like sort of younger, and you're like,
How's
oh man,
Artie
that's so
lying
sad.
at living people?
How's Artie still alive?
It doesn't make any sense.
True.
And I'm very happy that he's alive, but it's just one of those things where it's like, there's no justice.
Yeah,
The Trevor Moore thing made me they like really fucked me up for a few days.
yeah.
you
me
you
too.
loved.
I used to love White as Kids,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like a lot. They were one of the early like I always loved Chappelle's show and shit like that, but I loved their I loved him. Like
Yeah.
I loved the sketches they made. He was so fucking funny and just so weird. The vague just accident, like he just didn't know what happened, and then I guess we heard through
Somebody.
that like he just fell off his porch.
Unconfirmed, but
it's unconfirmed.
Our good friend said
through good faith.
Good friend said, "Hey, I heard from somebody that knows he fell off a porch."
Yeah.
And I guess he was a drunk. I can't imagine that happening not drunk, but
it could have been a freak accident
knows?
where something fell, like a Final Destination type of weird thing.
Yeah.
But it made me really like fucking consider like I've gotten very hammered so many times. Like I get blackout drunk all the time. And I talk to people that go like I'll mention like, oh no, yeah, this one time I'll tell a story about this and I got blackout drunk and then I woke up and I was like, in some random trailer and they go, you got blackout? I've never been blackout drunk. I'm like, I've gotten blackout drunk 800 times.
Oh, more than that.
Maybe. I mean, I got to do the math on that. No, probably not more because I'd have.
You've probably gotten blackout drunk
800?
1,500 times.
No, because there's 365 days in a year.
52 weeks a year.
And I usually go once a week.
Getting blackout.
Yeah.
So 52 times a year.
Yeah.
Times
10.
So we're in the 600.
So I said 800. I was actually kind of close. But and I'll give myself an extra 200 because there are times where I do it twice a week.
Right.
But and there have been a couple of times where I go 0, but not rare.
Right.
But my point is, what the hell? What a freak accident, man! I've never fallen off a porch, but it made me. It checked me.
There was a comic that we didn't really know, but we were around him sometimes. That he fell through a skylight 3 or 4 years ago. Paralyzed himself.
That's just sad.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
But like these freak, I don't know. These
freak accidents
are terrifying.
But it's like human nature to go, what happened? And it's kind of like morbid and creepy and grim to inquire even.
Yeah, I know. But that's what made it more weird. The article was like, well, he's 41. What the fuck happened?
But it's a natural thing to go like, wait a minute. Like what? I want to know what happened because I want to avoid that happening to me.
Right. How do you avoid that, though?
It is like,
That's why I was curious.
It plays into, just dissociating it from it a little bit or dilating on it, is that it plays into pretty much all the art that I love, like David Chase, the Coen brothers. Everything they focus on
is that type
of
chaos, randomness,
chaotic,
complete randomness.
Yeah,
that's what the universe is. It's a cold place sometimes.
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
Sometimes random shit is good,
and
then sometimes it's very cold.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's completely random if you give somebody COVID.
Devin wants to lose another argument at the very end.
You can check all the paperwork at the door you want, but sometimes it's completely random.
Sometimes it's completely random, folks.
Like, have you ever seen Blood Simple?
Yeah.
Coen Brothers' first movie?
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah, and just how this guy just ends up like he didn't even mean to. He shows up at a bar and now he's burying a living man.
Yeah. No, there a bunch.
I know there's a million Coen Brothers references, but I just had that one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I got to rewatch that. It's a classic. It was that first feature. Neo-noir classic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But how long have we done, Richie?
Well, 106. We
keep going. I'm down to keep going.
May not be that interesting, but I didn't even read into it. But did you guys see like a few days ago, like a QAnon, a guy that believes in QAnon, like killed his kids?
Oh Jesus!
Because he thought they were gonna be like serpent monsters based on QAnon.
What's the conspiracy? I know Q has
break the story, Devin. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know Q has something cooked up where they're like, oh wow, they're trying to discredit Q.
California dad murdered his toddler infant over fears they had serpent DNA.
Because of being vaxxed, or
because of I don't know. It almost sounds like some first reformed like psycho shit.
Jesus.
Like, I mean, he killed them with a harpoon gun too.
Oh my God!
Come on, man.
He speared them.
You can't do that.
I'm sorry I brought this up.
You simply can't spear your.
You can't do that. You just can't do that.
Can't.
You're on ESPN, like just doing a highlight tape.
Stephen
Come on, man!
Yeah,
with no regard for human life.
What is Stephen A. Smith about hearing the news? He's reacting to the news of a man who harpooned his family.
Jesus Christ! I don't even want to.
Go do it.
No, you dance.
You're already banned.
You do it now. You dance.
You got the harpoon gun. Your kids are screaming. It's a lot. The night is a lot on you. You've been working all day, a 9 to 5. You see the harpoon gun on the wall. Your grandfather gave it to you. He was a sailor. The kids have been annoying you all day. You believe in QAnon. They have serpent DNA. They are monsters.
But you just can't do it.
But Max, you just can't do it. Jesus Christ.
That was amazing.
Now, Steven,
Here's the thing, though. We could never make a clip of that one.
Not on TikTok.
Probably not. This happened
YouTube's not gonna ban you for that.
YouTube is literally just been fucking me in the ass. I can't get anything going on YouTube. No clip will ever get anything on YouTube. Maybe a video, maybe the podcast eventually. YouTube treats me like I am fucking. I mean,
maybe Gerardo knows a couple of tricks
they
about
hate
YouTube.
Me.
Oh yeah, you do seem to be getting fucked on YouTube.
There's something up.
There's something up. And,
I don't know.
Well, no, I agree.
I'm gonna harpoon the.
For like months I've been thinking like, Devan's acting like he's Shadow Ban. I don't really buy it. And then we did the Super Baby episode, and I go, Shadow Ban!
Right.
This is a Shadow Ban!
Once you care about something, and it gets
exactly.
Yeah.
Of course. It's like, and I wasn't really doubting you. Like, I've always seen your videos and been like, this deserves
It's
a million
bit odd.
views.
I've been around for a while now. Where It's like just a bit odd.
Everyone I know goes through that same phase with Devan. Like, I bring up stuff, and they look at it, they go, like, he's not Shadow Ban, shut up. And then they kind of look into more, and they're like, this is weird. Like, what's going on? I think he might be Shadow Ban. It takes like a month.
Literally, go look at
Takes about a month.
Go look at the amount of comments. And also, people don't understand how long I've been making shit. Go actually back.
75% of the comments on Devan's channel.
What is going on? No, why did it take? Why couldn't I find this? Why
I've never
is it
seen
gone?
people this confused.
Everyone's
ever.
confused. How does this not have?
Yeah.
And I'm not even bragging. It just starts driving you fucking crazy. You go, I don't know how it does it. Or why you couldn't find it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I am harpooning my family.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy. Yeah,
But anyways, I guess Super Baby update. Should we do one of these?
Here's the thing, real quick.
Yeah.
Before we get to Super Baby.
Yeah.
I think I found Max Berry from
Max Berry?
That wasn't him?
That was fake.
Oh, I thought this fan of the
You're
show
sure
had
now?
it.
You're
You sure
sure?
that's not the
Yeah,
real
I'm
Max
sure.
Berry?
Yeah.
He had
man.
tons of hatred. Like people were
Yeah.
commenting.
Well, yeah, because people thought it was real.
Well, to the
Really?
fan that
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
fan to the
How do we
fan
find this guy?
to the fan that found Max Berry,
He's
I
in
appreciate
hiding.
it.
It's going to be really hard to find. He's in hiding. If his family, if they're as rich as he says, $2 million.
2 million. He thinks he can do that.
Where
he
he's
thinks
from-
he can just grope people.
They're on their private jet right now.
$2 million.
He's on Frontier Airlines trying to front.
Yeah, they're at Captain Teebs. He's been laying low.
In Ohio, wherever he's from, I bet $2 million goes pretty far.
That's probably where he was coming from.
Yeah.
He thinks he is like Warren Buffett.
No, I'm sure it was like a from Nebraska to Ohio flight or something.
yeah.
But no, we're not finding him.
He was
We're
going
not
to
finding
Miami.
Yeah,
him.
we're never gonna find
No.
him. We got to find a new person to exploit.
I know. To the fan
I would
that
love to get him, but it's gonna
Yeah.
you get a private detective.
Yeah.
But how's it going with the Super Baby? We gotta fight him.
Well, so what happened was I talked about this on the big podcast where we did in the studio where the baby came in and stuff like that, and the dad mentioned he name dropped the guy. He was kind of name dropping, but he was name dropping Brazilian legends that nobody really cares about, except unless you're a serious martial arts fan. One of them was Higan Machado, who like Joe Rogan worships him. He's one of probably 15 legitimate red belts in the world. He's a jiu-jitsu master. He's from the Gracies. He's the cousin of the Gracies, but he grew up with them. His mom married into the family or something like that. And so he mentioned them on the podcast, and I actually knew of him for a long time. So a few days after that podcast, I was hammered, and I texted him, and I go, hey, I'm looking for a gym to do an exhibition fight, for the Super Baby. And I'm kind of struggling to find one. Higan Machado has a great gym. Could we use that for like an exhibition fight where for the Super Baby? And he doesn't respond for a little bit, and he gets back to me, and he finally goes, yes, my friend. Higan responded, we can use the gym at 7 p.m. tomorrow. And I go, and by the way, this is where Vin Diesel trains. This is where it's a Beverly Hills Jiu-Jitsu dojo. It's Ashton Kutcher, Vin Diesel, the laundry list of all the biggest stars train here, right? Probably Fat Boy Jonah Hill goes there probably when he comes to LA.
Yeah.
So
Jonah Hill's playing Monica Lewinsky in a new FX show. I think I saw that.
But so we have access to this legendary gym. So I said we can't do it tomorrow. I'm not ready for that. But we have access to this legendary gym, and I instantly texted. By the way, Richie's just like yawning into the mic.
Richie's just he thinks he's a big shot.
My ears are just sweaty from the headphones.
Richie
it's
does the
hot as shit
podcast
in here.
sometimes. He's just leaning back.
But you're yawning.
Oh yeah,
because
you're loudly yawning.
He acts like he's just built this empire.
Yeah, and Devin-
he's just ready to watch it.
built this empire. Devin's talking to me. He's like, I pay him big bucks to be on every time.
Like doing it? I don't understand. What are you talking
Gerardo.
about? What are you, Gerardo now?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm
stop
just
yawning.
here.
Richie's
Disrespectful.
I'm giving you the floor. Do you want it or not?
Not if you're yawning.
Richie's like, I'm only entertaining
Oh, sorry.
if you pay
Let
me
me
the
be
big
ready.
bucks.
Let me be ready to go.
A lot to ask
everything
for.
you're
A
ready
lot
to
to
say.
ask for on his show.
Right.
All right. Anyways,
It's coming to an end. Give the update.
wow. A lot of energy from this guy. What a way to
Well,
sell.
you put
We should
me
have a
in.
big harpoon duel.
Yeah, Devin, where's the harpoon?
Where's the harpoon? Give me that damn.
Give me the fucking harpoon now.
You put me on the spot. I
I'm
don't
making
know.
a huge announcement about the Super Baby.
Right? They don't
And
know.
you're yawning and
They
being
don't
a
know
dud.
that I'm yawning. The people
I
listening
can hear it
don't
in my
know.
headphones.
This is our
No,
most
you couldn't.
violently
No,
aggressive
you could
episode
not
we've
hear it.
run.
I was
Probably
the only
ever
one
done.
that works.
That's the honestly.
It's probably the biggest
this will
episode.
be the one that gets us
Honestly,
in
that's
it.
the biggest attack that I've heard this entire time. You could not hear it. I was covering my mouth. I look away. I go away from the mic. I'm trying to be as polite as possible. I'm trying to be as polite as possible. And then to get lambasted like this,
I'm hearing it in my headphones.
trying for the listener.
I'm hearing it in my headphones.
You're not
yawning.
hearing it. You're
Yeah,
not.
I definitely
No,
heard it.
you're not hearing it.
Because I was looking at Devin and I go, what's that sound? Oh, Richie's
so-
yawning again.
No,
Over
no.
at the yawning gym.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
We'll amplify.
Whoa, whoa!
this-
Just listen to O and A.
this sleepy
Oh,
fiddler
okay.
on
Here
the
we
roof.
go. Here we go.
I'm not going to attack. I think it's wrong to attack for a Jew, but you're a sleepy.
wrong?
You're
I'm
a
just saying
sleepy
he's
man.
Jewish.
No.
And
You're
he's tired.
A lot. There's a lot of legitimate reasons.
Listen,
to
I'm
attack
not
him
one
right
of
now.
Listen, I'm not a listener of this podcast. I'm on it. Okay. I'm sorry that I got a little bored. All right. I'm sorry.
You know what
I don't think
fans
Richie
love
doesn't like
is
the
a
Super Baby.
sleepy, bored.
They
host.
wouldn't even know about it if you didn't bring it up.
Yeah, unless they have
Great
ears.
broadcast. Great broadcasting.
Broadcast.
Yeah, I'm a little drunk.
Yeah, they don't know about the yawning unless they have ears. Richie.
They did not hear the yawning, Joey.
I'll listen to the file.
They
Oh,
probably heard
now-
the yawn in Timbuktu, for Christ's sake. You're ruining this
No,
damn pod.
now they're going to talk about the yawning.
Oh, now you're going to be the
'Cause-
talk of the town. You're lucky we have 80 listeners.
I know.
God forbid we had
all
a little,
80 of them.
God forbid we had a
We
little
have 800.
Yeah, because we have sleepy hosts. That's why we have that amount.
Maybe they care as much as Richie obviously does.
No, I mean, listen. If I'm listening to a show and they're all like yawning and sleepy, I'm like, I think
It would bother me on O&A when they were like shit. They were like eating food and tired.
They
and
didn't
shit.
hear me yawning. No one heard me yawning.
I
You
heard
saw me
I've already
yawning.
gotten a couple messages.
You
even though-
saw
even
me
though
Are they
yawning.
coming in?
This isn't live, but they
they're-
somehow found out.
they're coming
They
in.
go, you tell him to wake the fuck up.
So
I'm sorry you
anyways,
got anyway. Self-conscious, Joey. Continue.
It's not self-conscious.
You seem self-conscious. You seem a little insecure about whatever you were talking about. So anyway, insecure, Joey. Continue.
I don't know if I'm conscious about your behavior.
Yeah,
self-conscious would be if I yawned.
You're right.
You're yawning.
All right, I miss.
You're being a sleepy bozo.
I misspoke. Insecure, Joey. Continue with your.
It's a false argument.
whatever.
Yeah, I'm insecure about being a co-host with a sleepy bozo.
Yeah,
Guilty.
it's-
Guilty.
Sleepy.
Sorry, you
bozo.
busted me. You busted me.
Joey is
I
like
know.
the Hulk today.
Anyway, insecure, Joey. Continue with your.
You repeated
your
it
super
again.
baby.
That works.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
That nullifies how sleepy you
No,
were.
coming on double strong doesn't come off as insecure.
No, I'm
anyway,
making
continue.
points. I'm making points. You can just repeat yourself.
Screaming them like a maniac, like an insecure maniac.
Screaming great points are still great points.
Yeah.
Now listen, I'll go back to the super bit because I don't want to focus
Yeah, would
on
you shut up?
sleepy.
We're trying to fight an infant.
I wasn't stopping it. Joey halted it.
I really can't talk about the baby now. It's like not as good
Joey
as the
halted
fight.
it.
The fights are too good. You want fight. People want fight.
Yeah, that's way better.
Richie.
Just finish your point, Insecure Joey. Just finish.
Sleepy Richie. All right.
Sleepy Richie and Insecure Joey.
Uncharismatic, Sleepy Richie. Okay, let me.
Uncharismatic. this long insult.
Trump does short, catchy ones. I string together a bunch of adjectives.
No charisma, Rich.
Fake fight promoter, Insecure Joey. Just finish your point.
Not fake.
Not even a fake.
Now you're sabotaging the show. It's
where's the fight? I don't see a fight.
Caesar wants this to happen.
He wants it. It's not going to happen.
You're sabotaging your own show. We're building.
This is Devan's show. Devin should be more upset about this than me.
Now look at this. Richie,
I love this.
He's separating himself from the show.
It's with Devan Costa.
He's separating himself from the show. That's sad.
I'm here.
Are you disgruntled?
Separating. I'm the most reliable person on the show.
I agree. No, I think you're 50% of the show.
So, no, I'm not. I'm separating only in the sense that you're not making a real fight happen.
It was real. I was pissed about the yawn.
What does the yawn have to do with the fight could happen?
You meant a podcast fight. No, but I am doing a real fight, and I will do a real fight if I can make it, and I'm trying to actually make it happen.
Well, I'd like you to promote it, but you're too insecure and you're too busy looking at me yawning that no one could hear, by the way. But you're too busy looking at me. Stop looking at me and promote.
Tell us if you heard the yawn. This is like the fucking...
Yeah, comment if you heard the yawn. And do like an audio manipulation.
Yeah.
Really listen.
Yeah.
Because I heard
like
it.
the grassy knoll. Like, was there a second shooter?
Don't let Richie touch the audio by that. He'll try something.
Oh, he'll figure something out.
He'll try to mute.
I don't know how to work audio.
No, he actually doesn't. Richie's
I have no idea.
He's completely useless when it comes to tech.
This is like a Kaiser Soze. He's like, I can't read. I don't know how to edit. And then at the end of the movie, he walks away and he's got like a computer and he's like, Thelma Schoonmaker. Okay, but seriously, I'm making a fight up. That was actually great timing.
That was a good fake yawn.
That was great timing, and so I support that.
That was good. Try more of that on the other episodes.
But so...
You won't have me on any other episodes because I quit. How about that?
Wow.
How about that? I quit.
So
imagine if I just did this alone in this basement like a psychopath. I didn't even have a producer. I just pressed start on my own and I just talk to the wall.
It's Planet Timish 2.0. You're sitting here drenched in sweat with one camera on you. And
somehow one line, now it's 120 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes in is going to come back like, dude, why'd you bring that up?
Oh, yeah, no. Listen, I love Timish. I miss him and I'm going to text him and hang out.
I miss Timish too.
But Planet Timish, it was a solo podcast, so it wasn't.
Right.
But anyways, it's kind of weird that the baby's dad has access to the most prestigious jiu-jitsu school on planet Earth, and he's allowing us to fight the baby there. So the idea that we had was Bogdan is all in. I already talked to him. I go, would you be interested in doing something else? Yes, I would. He accidentally texted me back, meet me at the hot spring.
He
was going to a Russian...
He was talking to his other...
It was a Russian bathhouse.
These John Wick guys. Yeah.
A hot spring is a Russian bathhouse. That was a funny typo, and I think that was a real text, actually. I think
he wanted to send it to you.
I think he missed me.
You think he's just a little... He's like, I'm nervous to text my new friend, Joey, so I will fake... he faked it like it was the wrong number.
Oh, no. Wrong text. I don't know.
Wrong text, sorry.
Maybe Joey doesn't... He's not Russian. He might not like...
But how do you feel about that text? By the way, the big announcement, realistically, the Super Baby made Good Morning America.
Oh, that was huge.
It was
go
and they should fucking... I'm hoping it'd be cool if Caesar and the baby became... very famous, and then people could be like, "Look who the first people were that noticed these fucking brilliant people, this amazing dad and this brilliant baby."
Right.
Look at the episode we did. Like that's.
I'm telling Caesar, I'm about to, I'm going to make you guys millions of dollars. I'm going to get you guys really famous. Really, they're going to get me
right
famous.
After.
They're going to get me famous.
You kind of listen. We did a podcast, and then a week later, they're on. Fucking primetime TV.
I think that's
the Hate Watch podcast.
I think the Hate Watch
Hate
influence.
Watch with Devan Costa. I think that's
somebody at Good Morning America.
That's Joey LaFleur from the Hate Watch podcast.
Yeah,
and it has Richie was yawning the whole time we did that episode.
Boring. That podcast sucked, in my opinion.
That podcast sucked. There are people that just weren't into that bit, but they like the show. I don't know. It's interesting. I think some people just don't like.
I saw one comment that said
type
like,
of
"It's not
stuff
my
or
thing."
whatever.
Yeah, that's like one comment, dude.
No, but
Devin sees one
Devin,
comment.
No, that's
Devin's
not
a
true.
psycho.
Devin
about
does-
comments.
That's
If you
not
want to
true.
get in Devin's head, you can troll him big time in comments.
No,
if
that's
you
not
want
true.
to.
The episode is just not doing as well as like other episodes that we didn't.
It's doing great. We're at like 500 or like.
It's not doing as well as the other episodes that we didn't do nearly as much like work for.
No. So when I finished that,
prepped.
when I finished
That's what
that,
I mean.
when
Okay.
I finished that episode, well,
We've
so
never prepped like that before.
if we're
And
being
I'm saying I expected it to be
So
like,
there's
wow,
no
this is like pretty
barometer.
fun.
yeah, there's no barometer. We're slowly
No, I'm
trending
saying the
downward.
barometer is it's a false argument.
It's false argument.
What is a hypothetical? Fuck you both.
But no, so I left that podcast going like, I literally felt like, and I said this before, but I was like, well, that's going to do like 1 million views. And I'm going to have to explain this to my boss. And like, I don't know how I'm going to get through and then it did, and then 500 views. I'm going like, I'm so out of touch. But anyways, here's the thing. I'll be honest. I have really no ambitions to get rich off podcasting. I like doing these because it's fun to hang out and drink and talk shit. I want Devin's podcast to be huge. So I'm trying to, if I can, and maybe I'm not even helping, but I'm trying, and I just like doing
it's great.
it.
Well, I would love to do more. I love all that stuff. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
I don't even care if those are the episodes that we do. If we start getting more and more,
Yeah.
listeners.
Yeah.
If those are the ones where they're like, they're
They
doing
get
another-
discovered.
They're
But,
doing,
but
yeah.
But so my point was that was one of my favorite memories of my most fun memories of my life.
Yeah, same, honestly.
Not even. Yeah, I don't.
It was just so
I don't
fun.
care that much about the views.
It was just
I was
really
disappointed
fun that we
by
pulled it
them.
off. I kind of could have. I
Yeah.
can't believe that. I still can't believe
Yeah.
that Caesar thinks Bogdan's a fucking real guy. He
Yeah.
goes like, "Did you see the promoter? He think Joshua not real baby. Like he really
Yeah.
said that to his wife. He goes, "He think Joshua not real baby."
Yeah. I
I
go.
was like, "Wow,
Yeah.
this really is."
But so he goes. I said we can't
This
make.
really is working.
this is working.
It's
We're
working.
trolling him good.
Have the family right.
Well, because I talked to him on the phone a bunch, and I got to, I did jujitsu at Cobrinha. It was all Brazilians, and once you meet one Brazilian, you kind of met them all, and they're all great.
Imagine saying that about any other type of group of people.
It's okay for Brazilians,
Once you met one Ethiopian, you kind of met them all.
but I mean that as a positive. They're all the coolest, most earnest, sweetest. Great people, unless you go like into like a dirty part of Brazil, you might get killed or something.
Dirty part of Brazil.
Right. So there are some bad ones as well. But so I knew that like if I just say this and he'll play ball and he gets it, not really, but he'll play ball, and then
He did brilliantly.
brilliant.
I think he knows to a certain extent that it's like all
To an
the
extent,
money.
he
But he
does.
also is excited about making some money off his infant and fighting his baby.
So the extent that he the extent of the awareness,
like Josh was an animal.
no, it's like a cockfight but with the baby. But to the extent of his awareness, it's this. He knows that this guy's a fight promoter, and he knows that fight promoters do this for entertainment purposes, right? But he does think that if everything goes perfect, his baby's going to cage fight a dwarf. So I love him, and I think that's okay. Brazilians are great about that kind of stuff. But anyways,
But we're gonna have him-
access to Higa Machado's gym, which is the Beverly Hills. It's the most prestigious gym in Los Angeles and maybe the world. All the biggest stars go there, and we're going to have a fight coming up where Bogdan's coming back with a dwarf. Not going to be Hasbro. I mean, that one was actually rude. Sorry for making an effort on this thing. This is what I
Super
get
baby's
punished
going to be
for.
fighting a different dwarf.
So what I thought would be funny is, and we'll keep Richie out of this because he's
enough-
dragging
enough
everything
of
down.
him.
Enough for Richie. He doesn't really add. So what we'll do is I went online and I just like Los Angeles dwarfs for hire. There's a whole bunch of them. And so I thought it'd...
All right, I apologize for the yawn. That's pretty,
No, I'm
that's
kidding.
pretty
No,
good.
it was fine.
That's
It
pretty
was-
good.
Los
That's-
Angeles-
You didn't time that yawn as well.
I didn't know Los Angeles dwarf search was coming up right after the yawn.
Well, that's why you have to have patience and not
Los
listen.
Angeles dwarfs for hire.
But so there's like it's a bunch of dwarfs who are like 60 years old, and They all have like their old faces and shit. So you know, the plan is we hire a dwarf, we hire Bogdan again, and then we go to the gym in advance and we tell Higa Machado, red belt legend, in one of the inventors of jiu-jitsu, Super Baby's dad. The Super Baby's there. Probably like 3 UFC fighters, depending on what time it is. That's where like they all train. And we go, listen, guys, Hasbulla is coming right now. And they all know Hasbulla. He's a sensation in MMA. And he's coming right now, and the baby's going to fight him. And they're all, and the dad's going to be like, yeah, he is. He will say that. So they're going to be like, what? They might fucking text a few of their friends. I think there might be a crowd forming. We'll go like 2 hours in advance to build that up.
Yeah.
And then Bogdan's going to show up with some dwarf who's like 60. And we're going to put like baby makeup on him and give him like rosy cheeks and stuff like that. and then they're going to show up and somebody's going to be doing video and we'll go, this is, a possibility. I'm thinking this is the idea though. They show up and then we start going like, wait, that's not Hasbulla. That doesn't look like Hasbulla. And Bogdan's like, no, that is Hasbulla. It is him. And then I'll talk to the dwarf ahead of time, and we'll do like we'll set up like a fake fight. Mm-hmm. Well, he'll be like, all right, I'll let the baby kick me, and I'll take like a few shots, and I'll act hurt, and then like he'll finish me with a head kick or something.
Right.
And we'll film it all, edit it together. I think it'll be really funny, but it's Patreon only.
That'll be good. That's gonna be good for the
Patreon only.
All right, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Keep. No, what is it? Not keep in touch. We don't know these people personally.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. That's why I have no career. I don't even know. I forgot stay tuned. All right, I'm gonna go harpoon myself.
All right, me too. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.